Hello and welcome to Emsie's new chapter. Long time no see. It is time to take 5. So going back to my take 5 recipe book that you can get from your Slimming World group, or I think you can buy them online as well. My plan was to go through the recipes one by one, but it's not worked out like that. So I am jumping to the back of the book and I'm going to do an asparagus and mushroom pasta, which just looks delish. But I'm going to add some meat to mine. So it is a vegetarian dish, but obviously I'm just tweaking it. So ingredients wise, you need 500 grams of asparagus spears trimmed. I only had a pack of 125 grams, so which will be enough because it's only for 2 of us. This recipe is for 4. You need 500 grams of dried tagliatelle. So I have 500 grams of tagliatelle there. I will do the full bag. So 400 grams of mushrooms, sliced if large. I've only done about 200 because that's 200. I think there's plenty there. I think 400 is a bit of over exaggeration. 2 garlic cloves chopped, which I have done, just on the edge of the plate there. And you need 2 roasted red peppers in brine from a jar, drained and sliced, which is what that is there. Now I have never come across these before, so that's what you're looking for, roasted red peppers. I've never actually seen these in a jar, and I've tried it, and they'd be really good in salads then. So in your summer salads you'd be able to, or if you like salads in winter I suppose, then you could try and add some of that just for a little bit of a twist. So yeah, like I say, I'm going to add some meat. I have some chicken and bacon, so 2 chicken breasts, and I think there were about 6 rashers of bacon left over, so I've chopped all that up, so I'm going to add that. So what you need to do is you need to take your asparagus tips off and set to one side. It says I've done mine quite shortish, so I've done them, and then with what's left you need to boil in a pan for about 6 minutes, and then what you're going to do is turn that into a puree. But when I've read these instructions, it doesn't say what this puree is for. It just says at the end to drain the pasta and asparagus tips and return to the pan. Stir in the peppers, mushrooms and asparagus sauce, of course. Dozy me. Right, so let's get this puree done first. So it says to do 150 ml of the cooking liquid, obviously the water from your asparagus. Season it to taste. Obviously 150 ml is going to be too much for the amount of stock that I've got left, so I'll just probably add little bits at a time. I'm just going to use my hand blender. I'll just use my hand blender and do it in a jug for this because I think it's going to be easier. Let's move that out of the way. Right. Remember, this water is very hot. So you need to be careful that you don't burn yourself, so just put them in there. start blending them. Whilst you're doing this, get your water on boil, not that one, for your pasta. I think I put a bit too much water in that, but it don't matter. Right, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, so that's what it's going to look like. That's looking more of a greeny asparagus soup, doesn't it? Smells nice anyway. Right, so get your water on the boil for your tagliatelle and then cook it to the instructions. 7 to 9 minutes. So I'm going to start now whilst that's just getting to the boil, which is nearly there anyway because I use the kettle. I'm going to start browning off this meat. And we got it out. So we're a bit fry that. Where are all my spatulas? I'm going to have to use this. So I've just cut my chicken up into smallish chunks and the bacon into strips. It's going to taste really nice, is it? So it's going to be a bit like mushroom carbonara? But obviously without the saucy bit really. So I'm going to brown this off and then I'm going to add my mushrooms and the garlic, and by the time this actually chicken and bacon browns and I add them other ingredients, that'll be boiling. So I will add this and then cook that for 10 minutes and then I'll come back to you. Right, so I've been cooking that a little bit longer than 10 minutes because the water would not boil at all. Not a very good pan. So I'm going to do it the other way around. So you were supposed to add your mushrooms and garlic and your peppers to this, but I'm going to do it the other way around where I add the tagliatelle to the other pan because it's going to be easier. So just turn that off. So what you needed to do is put your asparagus tips in with your pasta 3 minutes towards the end of cooking that. So I'm going to just drain this off. All steamed up. I'll put this back on. I'll add these. So because I didn't have a lot of asparagus, my asparagus is a bit lost in here. So I'm just going to lay that on top. Add some of this puree. The asparagus in there. So yeah, I don't think I could have got away with probably half the pack of the tagliatelle. I was just being greedy. So I'm lost without my little spatulas. So it's Wednesday night, 31st of October, Halloween, and I've had 2 trick-or-treaters. No point me even buying the sweets, but it'd be sod's law if I dished out money instead, if I give them something like 20p each, or, well, that's been a bit tight, isn't it? About 50p each. Then it'd be sod's law, I'd have loads knocking at my door. But they're only little ones that live on the, what do you call it? On the development. So it is a bit out of the way, so that might be why we don't get much down here. Right, so that is tagliatelle, yeah, asparagus and mushroom. Tagliatelle with the lack of the asparagus, because I didn't realise I needed more than what I bought. So that is totally sin free. It's got protein in, and your carbs and your speed. Well, would your peppers be still classed as a speed if they're in this jar? That's the question, because I know, for those that didn't know, that garlic puree, somebody kindly pointed out to me, which has helped loads of people, because a lot of people didn't know that garlic puree is sinned. So I normally use that Gia, G-I-A. It's in a green and white tube. You will have seen it on my videos. That is 3 sins. 3 sins for a tablespoon. It's a lot of sins, is that, isn't it? So, but if you use a garlic, if you use fresh garlic, sorry, excuse me, then you don't need to sin it. So it's just being bothered to actually chop up the garlic. So I'm going to serve this up now and see what it tastes like. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up.